Hello children, parents, teachers and all the well-wishers. Welcome back to another beautiful video. You are the salt of the earth. Nice biryani served hot. Your mother's special. You just taken a morsel of it and then you looked at your mother. Mother, you forgot to add salt to this biryani. Will it be any tasty? However, you have put all the flavors, spices, all the tastier things in it. But if there is no salt, all other things are bland. That is the magic of the salt in everyone's life. That's why even the words of wisdom speak about you are the salt of the earth. One beautiful story I would like to bring it to your notice. It's not that I narrate the story or I tell the story. I would like to read the story. Reading helps our brain active. Reading takes us into a new, different world. That's why I encourage once in a while, apart from all the other videos, I would like to bring one reading story. Today my story is A Little Princess Who Showed Her Love with Salt. If you think of a gift to be given to the friend, we think of the best things in the market. A nice jewelry, a fashion jewelry, or a nice pen, or a nice pouch, or a nice box. Watches. Have you ever thought of our gift can be a salt to somebody? We never give, right? But are you the salt of someone's life? Here, a little princess who showed her love with salt. Let's go into the story. A king had 3 daughters. One day, the king called his 3 daughters and asked them how much they loved him. The eldest daughter said, "Dear father, I love you just like I love my necklace." Necklace, precious necklace we all have. We enjoy wearing necklace. They are so precious to us, no? So the first one said, when king asked how much you love, then the first one said, "Dear father, I love you just like how precious is my necklace." The second daughter said, "Dear father, I love you just like I love my bracelet." Daughter's precious things are jewelries only, not jeweler. The jewelry of necklace, your earrings, your neck things, and then bracelets. So the second daughter said, "Dad, I love you just like, you're so precious to me, father, just like my bracelet." The youngest daughter thought for a moment and said, "Dear father, I love you just like I love a bag of salt." First one said necklace, second one said bracelet, and the third one said, she thought for a moment and she said, "Father, I love you just like I love a bag of salt." When the king heard what the youngest daughter said, he said angrily, "So I am a bag of salt in your heart? This is unreasonable. I'm going to kick you out of the palace." In this way, the poor little princess was driven out of the palace. With only a maid and a purse with her, she didn't know where to go. Father was so annoyed. He was so angry. My first one said necklace, and second one said bracelet, and third one said a bag of salt. What? Am I only a bag of salt for you? And he kicked her out of the palace with a small purse of things to survive and a maid, because after all she is a princess. Along the way, the young men she met were annoying and obsessed with her, so the maid came up with an idea. So the maid and princess going along the way. passing by kingdoms, forests. Men, young men saw this young princess. They don't know who she is. And they are annoying her. They are obsessed with her. Many people liked her. They want her. So maid is not able to protect the princess. Princess is also very much annoyed. Oh, outside the palace, so much of trouble should I face? The maid sewed a coat for the little princess with silk. When the little princess put it on, she suddenly turned into a 100-year-old woman. So maid came up with a beautiful thing. She sewed a beautiful coat where this young princess, when she wears, she turns out to be like an old woman, a 100-year-old woman. Now this week we have fancy dress competitions in the school. Many of our 3-year-old, 4-year-old will turn out to be like Batman, Superman. They turn out to be the princess, the Frozen heroine. They turn out to be like, so many things, Hanuman, and you call. So that's a magic of the outfit and the dress we wear. That's why fancy dress, you can take any character and you can portray yourself as such, that Lord Rama, Lord Krishna. They can be the princes, they can be queens, they can be Herod. We have so many kings also onto the stage. This maid came up with a beautiful thought, because how to protect my princess in the street? King threw us out. So she sewed a coat, nice silk coat. If she wears that, she looks like a 100-year-old woman. The old woman and the maid met another king's son. So they were passing by happily. They could have, old woman who will show interest. If they can help little, but no one will be obsessed with the old woman. No one will tease or annoy the old woman. So when they were moving, they came across with a king's son. One king's son met them. He was puzzled when he saw that the old woman had light steps and a voice like the silver bell, and asked, "Grandma, can you hear me? How old are you?" He's a smart son of a king. Everyone thought she's an old woman, but this king was he's definitely future king. And he observed and he said, "Something is strange with this old woman. Her appearance is old, but her steps are light. She is walking like a young girl. And her voice is like silver bell." Have you ever heard silver bell? So light, so pleasant, so nice. So her voice is like silver bell. That's why he stopped and he said, "Grandma, can you hear me, Grandma? How old are you?" "Me?" Then immediately she got some. "Me, I'm 115 years old," said the little princess with a smile. "Oh my God, who are your parents?" "I am my mother and father." She's not answering. She's smart. The king's son was amused and asked his father, "Let's take the old woman back to the palace. She can tell us jokes and make us happy." So the old woman went into the palace and lived in a pavilion. The king's son came to talk to her when he was free. Her strange words often make the prince laugh. So he was attracted towards her talk. When he asked, "How old are you?" "I'm 115-year-old. "And who are your parents?" Then she said, "I'm the father, I am the mother." So he requested king, he said, "Father, come, let's take this old woman to our palace. Sometimes she can make us laugh and make us happy with her jokes." And they took her to palace. And at palace, whenever the king's son got some free time, and he used to go spend little time, and he used to be very happy spending time with that old woman. One day the queen said to the old woman, "You are too old to work. It is disgraceful to stay here." So as she is in the pavilion, so you're too old, 115-year-old, too old to work. It's disgrace. It's not happy. I'm not happy like that to make you stay there. Then immediately this old woman said, "I can spin like a girl. So I can spin beautiful things like a girl." The old woman replied. So the queen gave her some flax to spin. The next day, she took the spun yarn to the queen. It was so good that the whole palace was surprised. The queen asked her to make another coat. Then queen, she said, I can spin flax nicely like a girl, though I am 150-year-old. Then she gave some flax. She spun so beautifully. Whole palace was surprised, and queen gave her to make one more beautiful coat. The king's son peeked into the house through the keyhole and saw the old woman take off her dress and suddenly turned into a beautiful girl. He broke in and asked, "Who are you?" The little princess told him her story and experience. Somehow the son is not able to convince that she is an old woman. So she followed her one day. She peeped through the keyhole of that palace room. And after the old woman came inside, she removed her dress. And then she is a beautiful princess. Then the king's son saw, and he broke into the room and he said, "Tell me who you are. I know that you are not an old woman." Then she expressed and explained everything about her experience, how she was the third daughter and how father kicked her out. Upon hearing this, the king's son immediately fell in love with the little princess and ran to find his father to say that he would marry the little princess. He liked her so much, and he ran to father and said, "I love that princess. She is not an old woman." He explained everything, and he wanted to marry her. After the news of the wedding was announced, the kings of the surrounding countries came to congratulate them. The little prince's father also came, but did not recognize the bride was his youngest daughter. So they made announcements, the princess is getting married, the prince is getting married, and they found a beautiful princess. They don't know all the nearby kingdoms, the kings have come, and this young girl's father also came. The bride ordered to prepare a special dish for her father without salt except for barbecue. So everyone got beautiful dishes on their tables, but the bride said to all the people, "Kindly make a special dish for my father without salt." She didn't tell that it's father, but for so and so, make this without salt. But the rest should be barbecue. Nicely you make the barbecue and keep. But that special dish without salt. The soup was brought to the table, and the father of the bride stopped eating it after only one bite. But when the barbecue was served, he liked it so much that he ate 3 bites in succession. When the special dish was brought, he just took one and then he stopped eating. He just moved that dish aside. And when barbecue was brought, he ate 2-3 bites in succession. The little princess asked him, he went round, they were moving around wishing everyone, "Why don't you eat the other dishes and only eat barbecue? Is something wrong? You're eating only barbecue. Why are you not eating the others?" "I don't know why. I just think the barbecue is delicious while the other dishes are tasteless." So barbecue is so tasty and delicious. The other dishes are tasteless. They don't have a taste. That's why I'm not eating, the king answered. "Now you finally understand how hard it is to swallow the dish without salt. So I love you like salt," the princess said to that king. Then the father recognized his youngest daughter, hugged her and begged her for forgiveness. He immediately said, how foolish I am. How can I think like that? Please forgive me." He hugged her and he missed her so much all these days. The little princess loved her father so much. How could she not forgive him? Because she loves her father so much, just like the salt. That is the importance of the salt, and that is the importance of reading a story. My dear students, teachers, parents, and all the well-wishers, St. John's community, read stories. There's so much to learn, and the importance of salt is such that as long as salt is there, you'd never even acknowledge. But when there is no salt, we miss the salt so much. That is the importance of the salt. That's why you are the salt of the earth. Always remember, we have our prize. Enjoy this story. Be blessed. Have a nice day.